Budo Sho Shinshu, Essential Teachings on the Way of the Warrior, written by Daidoji Yuzan, translated by William Scott Wilson. Daidoji Yuzan was a samurai and military strategist during the Edo period in Japan. He was descended from a long line of prominent warriors and was well-known and sought-after teacher. He lived 1639 to 1730. Daidoji Yuzan, a Confucian scholar who descended from a long line of prominent warriors, wrote the Budo Shinsho, which comprises of 56 petty instructive essays for young samurai on how to live morally, with professional integrity and a high purpose, and to carry on the true chivalrous tradition of Bushido. Budo Shinsho is imbued with classic Confucian philosophy, centered on living one's life with sincerity and loyalty. The Daidoji clan traces its lineage back to the 12th century Taira. The family name was adopted in 1471 when Ise Taro, older brother of the famous warlord Hoju Son, took the name of Daidoji, a temple near his residence. In 1604, by order of the shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu, the clan was attached as warrior retainers to Matsudaira Tadateru, Ieyasu's sixth son, under whom Yozan's father and grandfather would serve. The stable arrangement did not last for long, however. In 1615, Tadateru failed to send his troops to assist in his father's siege of Osaka Castle, and he was consequently disposed of his fief. The Daidoji clan became Ronin. Daidoji Yuzan was therefore born into a troubled world of the unemployed samurai. Yuzan went to Edo as a young man and studied military science from 1658 to 1672 at the school of Obata Kagenori and Hojo Ojinaga, two of the greatest military tacticians of the period. His training instilled in Yuzan the warrior ideals of a bloodier era and the resurgent ideals of Confucianism, replete, constantly thinking of death. The man who would be a warrior regards in his most basic objective to keep death in mind always, day and night, from the time he picks up his chopsticks to enjoy his morning meal on New Year's Day to the evening of the last day of the year. When a warrior constantly keeps his death in mind, both loyalty and filial piety are realized. The myriad evils and disasters are avoided. He is without illness or mishap and lives out a long life. In addition, even his character is improved. Such are the many benefits of this practice. When we consider this, we see the man's life is fleeting, like the dew in the evening or the frost in the morning. And herein is something particularly dangerous, when a man living the life of a warrior supposes that he will be able to live for a long time. Doing exactly as he pleases, he will feel that he has many years to serve his Lord and attend to his parents. Thus, when some event occurs He will be lacking in his duty and shabby in his devotion. If a warrior is conscious that a man may be alive today but not tomorrow, he will be aware that today may be his last chance to serve his Lord and attend to his parents, thus receiving the orders before his Lord or looking upon his parents with thoughts that it may be for the last time. His concern for them will be sincere. Accordingly, it is said that he will fulfill both loyalty and filial piety. Is negligent and inclined to forget death will beget a lack of prudence. Arrangements will be started over insensitive speech, and conflicts will flare up over matters that could have been ended simply by ignoring them. While walking around without reserve amid crowds on pointless temple, sightseeing trips, bumping into odd fools, and getting into anticipated fights, a man will lose his life, drag down the honored name of his Lord, and bring trouble to his family. At this disasters occur from the negligence of not keeping death in mind. When a man has death in mind, he will bring off a warrior rank. Understand the importance of discrimination in words, both in addressing others and in answering what others address to him. Because of this, he will have no unwise arguments and, of course, will not go to inessential places even when invited. In this way, he will not get involved in unanticipated situations. Thus, he can avoid myriad evils and disasters. No matter whether he be of high or low rank, if a man forgets about death, he will constantly eat and drink too much, become involved in lasciviousness and all manner of unhelpful activities, and bring disaster to his innards and a sudden, untimely death. Even if he continues to live, in the end, he will become a useless invalid. But when a man keeps death constantly in mind, even though he may be young and healthy, if he is constantly aware of the preservation of his health, eats and drinks in moderation, and trains himself prudently to keep sexual indulgence at bay, his body will remain sound. It is exactly for this reason it is said that he will live out a long life without disease or incident. He sees death as something as a way and feels that his stay in this world will be a lengthy one. He will be beset with various ambitions and deep avarice, coveting the possessions of others and holding his own too dear. He will develop the disposition of the merchant or a farmer. When death is held constantly in mind, and his world is seen in its triviality, the greed in one's heart will weaken as a matter of course, and the squalid tempers of avarice and selfishness will not greatly assert themselves. For this reason, it is said that even man's character will improve. On the other hand, there was a monk by the name of Shinkai, mentioned in Yoshida Kenko's Tsuzuro Gusa, who constantly cowered and waited, thinking of his final moments 24 hours a day. Now, although it may be the austerity of a monk to keep death in mind in this way, it is not in accord with the fundamental objective of a warrior's discipline. To approach death in such a manner would not be good at all. For one would abandon the way of loyalty to his lord and filial piety towards his parents, and be lacking in his calling as a warrior. Day and night without fail, as one is involved in all this business, both public and private, when there is just a moment of the heart to be calm, death be kept in mind. Such is this matter. Tradition has it that Kusunoki Masashige instructed his son Masatsura with these words, "Constantly learn death." These words are for the understanding of those intending to be warriors.